All right, quite the day in the no control zone today. Trade, trade, trade. Everybody thinks they're Trader Joe out there. Yesterday we had 4 trades to report. That was a wild, wild day. Well, that's got nothing on today. I got 6 trades to tell you about. You guys are keeping me busy in my retirement, that is for sure. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do this time. I'm just going to combine all 6 trades into one video so that you can view them all here. But I'll have them all done for you tonight, so they'll all be good to go for this up and coming week. Should be interesting. Man, the people are rolling out the trades big time. All right, let's dive into this, shall we? Okay, so for trade number one, we've got the Mustangs and the Brewers hooking up in a 1-for-1 deal here. Obviously, the Mustangs are in a rebuild. It looks like the Brewers are going for it as they picked up Joe Pavelski today on a 2-year contract. Going to the Mustangs is going to be Carlo. Not a great player, but the most important part for this trade for the Mustangs is definitely getting the Brewers' second-round pick as they are in full rebuild. So 1-for-1 deal. Pavelski going to the Brewers, and the Mustangs are grabbing Carlo and a second-round pick. So in our second trade of the day, we've got the Brewers hooking up once again. This time they're going to hook up with Sealand, and once again, it's going to be a 1-for-1 deal. Let's take a look at this one. All right, so you can see here it's a 1-for-1 deal. Prospect going for a roster player. As I said in the last trade, looks like Dono is building up his team, getting ready for a playoff run as he acquires Nylander on a 2-year contract. And he's also grabbing Sealand's 8th-round draft pick. Sealand grabbing for the future. They're going with Lucas Raymond, who's a prospect right now, but they also received the Brewers' 3rd and 7th-round pick. So this is a rebuild trade for Sealand, and it looks like the Brewers are going for it with their second trade of the day, picking up William Nylander. So in our third trade of the day, we got the Capitals and Pitter Patter hooking up for a trade. It's a 2-for-1 with a draft pick as well. Let's take a look at this trade, see how this one breaks down. Looks like the Brewers aren't the only ones going for it. Looks like the Living Sky Capitals are going to take a run at the Cup this year as well, as they grab 2 really solid players for the defense, picking up Drew Doughty on a 2-year contract and also bringing in Voracek on a 2-year contract. So 2 solid players coming to Living Sky Capitals. Capitals already out to a 2-0 start this year, so they're looking strong, heading towards the playoffs. Going back to Pitter Patter is going to be Roslovic, a nice young player who just got traded in the NHL himself. But the most important thing for Pitter Patter here is grabbing the Capitals' 1st-round pick. So Living Sky Capitals pay a heavy price for their 2 solid players, but now they got a good chance at taking a run at the Cup. All right, so our 4th trade of the day, once again, Blake is hooking up for a trade. This time he's trading with his Alberta provincial rival Flames of Fleury. They are hooking up for a 3-and-2 trade plus a draft pick, so it evens up at 3 apiece. So let's take a look at this trade, see how it works out. All right, so you can see the Calgary Oilers grabbed the stud of the trade by grabbing last year's MVP, Draisaitl, on a 1-year contract. Coming over with Draisaitl is going to be Richie on a 1-year contract as well, and Severson's coming over on a 2-year contract. Going the other way to the Flames is going to be a pair of Lindholms, actually, bringing up 7 years in contract. So there's a 3-year difference in this trade here. West must have something about Lindholms because they're both Lindholms, and he grabbed them both. The Oilers are also going to receive the Flames' 3rd-round draft pick. So this is a big blockbuster here. Basically, 4 for 2 going one way to the Oilers and 2 going to the Flames. But the Flames build up on years with quality players in his Lindholms. In our 5th trade of the day, once again, we got Blake coming in for another trade. So the Calgary Oilers going to make a trade with the Outlaws with JP. It's just going to be basically a straight 1-for-1 trade. But you sure can tell RK is taking Blake under his wing there as Blake is becoming Ryan Jr. when it comes to trading. Let's take a look, see how this trade broke down. So the Outlaws are bringing over Tyler Seguin on a 4-year contract. That's a nice little player to pick up on a long-term contract. Going the other way, though, is also high quality in Evgeny Malkin. But Malkin only has 2 years left on his contract. So this is just a straight one-for-one trade, and looks like the Outlaws are going to take on 2 extra years in cap space, and the Oilers are going to gain 2 years in cap space. So Blake with his third trade of the day, 1-1, Malkin and Seguin switching teams. In our sixth and final trade of the day, we've got the Colwood Rangers and Pitter Patter involved in a 4-player trade. 2 players going both ways. Once again, let's take a look how this trade breaks down. All right, this is an interesting trade. The Rangers are acquiring Ehlers on a 2-year deal and Patrick Laine as well on a 2-year deal. I guess Dino's hoping for Laine to have a big start out in Columbus, which is very possible. Going the other way over to Pitter Patter is Provorov, great defenseman on a 3-year deal, and Alex Tuch as well on a 4-year deal. The big difference on this trade here is obviously, once again, just like one of our other trades earlier, is a 3-year cap difference. So the Rangers are shedding 3 years, and looks like Pitter Patter's taking on 3 years, but looks like a good deal for both teams. You can see what they're up to here. It's well done, guys. So holy cow, what a day. We had 6 trades. When I went and brought up the thing and looked at it, oh my God, you guys are killing me. You're turning retirement into a full-time job for me with my podcasting here. All right, so one last thing before we end this video, why don't we take a look at the draft board and see how it's changed. All right, let's see if I can actually remember all the things that happened today on the draft board. So let's go take a look here. We can see Pitter Patter grab the Capitals pick in their trade. Pitter Patter also grabbing a 4th somewhere. Wow. Let's take a look at the board. So Pitter Patter has got 2, Bruins have got 4. So it looks like they're starting to dominate the board for the moment. Oilers are all over the board as well. Learn from Ryan how to do it. You can see them all over the place here. The Bruins are all over the place and higher up as well. So that's your up-to-date board for now. So much action today. It was a whole lot of fun, but 10 trades in 2 days. Whew, guys, you keep me busy, man.